booth that I think is the best at the show is Distortions. I think all their animations are priced appropriate. They do cool stuff. And let's go through it, River. Press the button on that one. This one right here.
What do you mean press the button?
I think there was buttons you press. Hey, how do we get this animation on?
Sorry?
How do we trigger that?
So she's got a broken mechanism. This is how it's currently thinking right now.
Okay.
She's been around for a while, but you can definitely find her on YouTube.
And look at that shaking animation. How about this one?
This one, same thing. He's a prototype, so he's brand spanking new. This is kind of our trial run for him. He's got a loose mechanism on his shoulder. So there's already a solve for him, so he just come back to the Distortions for a small repair, and then he will be ready.
Look at the pumpkins, River. Let's see. And that tree, River, is like only like $200 or something crazy.
$800.
But not the tree.
I just looked at the price and said $800.
Here's this. Did you get spit on with water, River?
I think you were more splashed some than I was.
And then we have the classic electric chair. Turn that on, River.
Ready? Yeah.
And I have to tell you, these are cool props here too. And there's a whole nother side, River. Let's go check it out. Zombie Legend. Press that button, River. Let's see what he does. Spraying water on you and everything. And then you have this talking wizard. And that Frankenstein back there is pretty cool as well.
Reminds me of Ed.
Back there, River.
Crazy.
The London After Midnight. This is one of my favorite things that I've seen at the show personally is these bone piles. And let's see this Grim Reaper, who I think is really cool. Then you have this classic hanging vampire and another vampire. Look at that tiki again. It's all right here with Distortions. Let's grab their new brochure. Distortions had a great booth this year, no doubt about it. And there's Mr. Ed himself and John Burton. Hey, John. How's it going? Hey, Ed.
Larry, I can't believe it.
Hey, we just went through your booth.
Yes.
And we loved it. We thought it was great.
Oh, that's
There you
awesome.
go, River. And I think you have the best booth this year at the show.
Oh,
yeah, I actually do.
saying that.
No, in the past I didn't say that, but this year I did.
Well, I appreciate
So I said, now you maybe think I'm being honest.
That's very kind.
And one of my favorite things
Yes.
in your booth is this
Oh, the skull.
that you should be selling.
I know, we should sell that.
Look at Marsha going, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Save your spot for Mike.
Dude, I think you should have sold the desk.
We did
So how was the show for you?
Oh, it's fantastic. Really good. It was crazy the whole time. There's almost never a point where there weren't people in the booth talking and buying stuff. It was good.
Man, it was great. What was the biggest seller for you?
You know, I really don't know because I wasn't taking the orders, but probably things like Witch, Tree. I'm really not sure. Everything was kind of selling. I don't know, even the big props were.
What are you the most proud of?
Gee. Well, I'm proud of different things for different reasons, but I guess probably the Mutant still. That was, we came out with that last year. And that just came together, and this is this year's version of the Mutant.
So, you're still having fun doing this after all these years? Hey, let me ask you a question. Can you even believe this show is like what it is today, considering where it came from?
Well, I was at the first one, or maybe the second, I don't know, but it was probably the size of my booth. It was a little room off in Transworld in Chicago, and they had just like some tables set up. People had like plastic shelves, you know, cheap plastic shelves, and set masks and stuff, and it's like unbelievable.
But can you believe it's gotten to this point?
Well, I believe it because I went through it year by year, but holy cow. It's
Okay. Do you remember when the haunted house industry, okay, was like the retailers were trying to boot us out? Like we don't need you anymore.
Yes.
And look at their show; it would fit in a crack of this show.
Yeah, it's funny.
And see how it all worked out.
I think there was a mistake made. I mean, obviously, if you're sitting at a table trying to sell retail store stuff, it's nice and it's quiet. But the smoke and the monsters and the screaming and all that stuff added.
And then the retailers didn't say, man, we used to sell to those guys.
Yeah.
And then the retailers like Ruby's throwing that party. All these hunters just want to eat our food. They don't want to buy anything.
Yeah.
They don't want to sell one of this and two of this.
Yeah.
So they wanted us gone. And then look how it ended up.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And it kind of come full circle because then they tried to buy HauntCon and bring haunts back,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But then they instituted the same policies.
Right.
You know, like, oh, you can't get a catalog and you got to wear a different badge. It's like they didn't learn
Just
anything.
Be free flowing. Just let it happen. Don't worry about it.
Do you think the Halloween retail show should merge into this show?
No.
Or stay apart?
No, I think it's better to stay apart. I think they're two different animals, and that part of the industry has got its own thing. I mean, the internet has changed everything. So I think they need to figure it out and do their thing, and just let us do our thing.
Well, you have a great booth this year.
Thank you, Larry.
And you're still kicking after all these years.
Yes.
Like, the first real animated prop that anybody bought in droves was that electric chair.
Yeah, well, I remember you that year. You came in and you liked it, and you're like, well, but I think you should use a data strobe on it or something. You were talking to us about it, sitting in the alien chair, and I remember that. Probably the first time I met you.
And I also said, I think maybe you ought to put a spring in the neck.
Maybe. I don't remember.
And I remember asking you flat out, is the neck going to stay on? I mean, because it's violent.
And it didn't.
And it didn't.
We replaced 100 bodies that first.
What have you done different to the electric chair to keep the heads?
We have a metal rod fused to rubber, like tire rubber neck, and we weld that into it, so it moves, but it holds it all together. And we also use Power Flex cloth in it. That keeps it strong.
The original gangsters of the haunted house industry would have been like you, Cinema Secrets,
Yes.
like Gag Studios,
Yeah.
right? There wasn't very many.
No.
DP Productions,
Yeah.
and that, of course, that guy.
It was a totally different world. It was nothing like this. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I can't remember it completely, but there's masks and things, but it's like cardboard skeletons. It's like, it just, this is all a new creation. It kind of started, in fact, we were reminiscing about the year of the electric chair. That was kind of, people realized that,
And you know what else is?
money and make money.
You know what else is different is because of social media and stuff, people are selling all year round.
Yes.
They're promoting all year round.
Yes.
Remember the days when you would keep everything secret until the
Yeah.
show? And even at the show, you'd be like, I don't want anybody to see it. They
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
copy
yeah.
it in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And now it's
Copy.
year round. It's year round.
Now there's so much creativity in this room, nobody needs to copy nothing. It's just great.
And you're selling year round now.
Yeah.
You're marketing year round.
All year round.
It's crazy how it's changed.
It does get busier close to Halloween.
And it's become international.
Yes.
It wasn't in the beginning.
No.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, Ed. And
thank
your
you.
booth is
I
fantastic.
really appreciate it.
Well, thanks a lot.
See ya.